What's up, everybody? It's your boys Cam and T back and again on another episode of the Cam and T podcast. If you're listening to this on YouTube, go ahead and like the video. It helps with the algorithm. If you're listening on Spotify, go ahead and give us a 5-star rating. It helps with the algorithm on there as well. I am your co-host, 20 Time West. We got my brother from another mother, Cam. Happy Tuesday, brother. Happy podcast day, brother. How do you do?
I'm doing well, bro. Doing real well right now. How you doing?
We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. Tonight's gonna be an action-packed show, man. We ain't even gonna just skip away from the pleasantries because we got a lot to cover tonight. Obviously, biggest news that just dropped in the last hour or so: John Harbaugh of the Ravens, coach last 18 years, has been fired. So that's gonna be the first thing we jump into tonight. I'll let Cam just have his time with that. We're also going to talk about the NFL playoffs. The Carolina Panthers host a playoff game for the first time in a decade. We'll talk about that as well and how they got there and all that stuff. We'll go over all the stuff in the NFL, coach hirings, firings, all that stuff. So it's going to be a long night tonight. It's probably going to be an hour and 15 minutes probably for sure tonight. Semifinals of the college football playoffs. We'll talk about that a little bit. We got 2 games left for the college football playoff. Well, technically 3. We got the 2 games this week. And then, obviously, the national championship the week after that on that following, not this Monday, coming up the following Monday. So, yeah, a lot to talk about. Transfer portal, obviously. Chad Morris is going to be the OC at Clemson. We'll jump into that as well. But without further ado, man, I feel like we probably should just jump straight in tonight, man. It's just so much happening right now. And I'll read some of these comments off first before we get going. Malik said, "What's up, y'all? What's going on, Malik?" Denzel said, "What's up, fellas? Will y'all be in the bank on Saturday for the playoff game?" You know, I was thinking about going down to Charlotte and being there, but they saying it's raining on Saturday. So I'm like, I don't know if I'm going if it's going to be raining. So I was actually kind of planning on not going to the game because the tickets are way too expensive for my liking. But I was at least thinking about, just being down there in the atmosphere. But they say it's supposed to be raining all day Saturday. So if that's the case, I will not be going. So that's that essentially. So I doubt I'm going to be there. I don't know about you, Cam, but I doubt I'm going to be there probably.
Yeah, I ain't going. It's too. I definitely wouldn't go in no rain. I ain't gonna lie. I don't deal with no rain. But now if I was closer, it'd be a little conversation, but I ain't making it.
See, I'm nothing but 2 hours away from Charlotte. So I don't mind, and I got family that live down there. So I don't mind driving down, spending the day with family, and then, going out to the tailgates, going out, being outside, but with it raining, I don't want to be doing that in the rain. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't really trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm kind of like, I don't think. Now, if the forecast change, I might be out there, but if not, no. Jackson said Jesus loves you. Just Diva says, "What's up, Migos? Appreciate you, love and support." But Ken, let's go ahead and get right into it, man. The biggest news of the afternoon. I'm just gonna jump right into it. I'm just gonna let you have your time. John Harbaugh, after 18 years, after the Ravens have missed the playoffs for the first time. And how long, Cam? How many years has it been since y'all? This is like y'all first time missed the playoffs since when?
Oh shoot!
Man, it's been a couple of years. It's been a while.
It's been. Was it 2020?
It was 2020, I think. I think it was 2020.
Because I think we made it one year when
Lamar was hurt.
Yeah, we made it one year.
Y'all lost to the Bengals or something like that, right?
Yeah, in the playoffs. Yeah,
in the playoffs, I remember that.
Yeah.
So I think it's the last time. Not to put you on the spot. I think it's been since 2019 or 2020, somewhere in that ballpark.
Yeah,
it's been since around that ballpark. So 6 years or so.
Yeah.
Cam, the floor is yours, bro. You've been talking about it's time to move on from Harbaugh. You've been saying fire him. That's been your name on here for the last couple of weeks to months now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let you have it. Floor is yours.
Boy, I feel good, boy. I tell you, boy. I did my little prayer. I was singing in the shower. Boy, I almost shed a tear. It felt good, man. I tell you, I think it was time, man. I don't want nobody to think that I'm trying to call John Harbaugh a bad coach or nothing like that, bro, because he's not. He's really not a bad coach, but they've been stagnant, and they're stagnant in the way that's unlike the Steelers, because the Steelers are stagnant because they don't have a quality player at the most important position in all of professional sports. They ain't got no quarterback. So that's different. The Ravens, you have arguably the most valuable player in all of professional sports, and you can't make it. You can't take it to that next level. And I think, and they can't get over the hump. And it's always little mistakes. You know what I'm saying? It's turnovers, it's penalties, it's defensive liabilities. It's things like that have halted the franchise. So I'm happy to see the news. Obviously, I wish John Harbaugh the best, and we'll get into it in a minute. But apparently, he's already had, in the first 45 minutes of him being fired, 7 teams called him. Now, if you somebody like myself and you keep up with the openings, you'll notice that there are exactly 7 openings right now, but one of the openings is the Ravens, where Harbaugh just left from. So that means one of the franchises in the NFL with a head coach in place have already called John Harbaugh talking about some what we doing, because I'm leaving mines if you bout it, you know. So that's a pretty interesting turn of events for him. And obviously I figured he's probably gonna be just like the Ravens probably gonna be the hottest job. Harbaugh probably gonna be the hottest name in the coaching search. I don't think there's anybody else out there in this cycle that that's gonna attract the attention from a John Harbaugh. Me and T talked about it off the air. He ain't gonna be unemployed for long, bro.
No, he'll have a job by the end of this week, probably.
Yeah, I mean, or next. Yeah, this week or early next, something like that. He'll have a job pretty soon. So I do want to wish him all the best and everything. But for the Baltimore Ravens, though, now keep in mind, a lot of people talk about the Steelers only having 3 coaches since the 60s. The Ravens have only had 3 coaches overall in their whole franchise history, because they've only been around since like 99 or something like that, or 96. So, and Harbaugh's been there 18 of them years, you know. So he's been there well over half the time that the franchise has been in existence. So who do I want? Well, you can see my name right now. I want Brian Flores. That's the first name that I want in Baltimore. They need to call him today. They need to call him tonight before he eat dinner, bro. Before he sit down with his family, call Brian Flores and ask him how he feeling about coming to Baltimore. Honestly, he would be the first name I would call, because I feel like down in Miami, he did a really good job. Obviously, he didn't want Tua. Obviously, he had the little lawsuit with the NFL and everything. I think they settled it by now. But he's a guy that literally only wants to win, as you can tell. In Miami, he didn't believe in Tua. The organization told him to tank, and he didn't like that. And they fired him anyway because of it. The Ravens ain't never going to ask him to tank, bro. They looking at Super Bowl or bust every single season. And this is a guy that wants to go to the Super Bowl, that wants to win at the highest level. So Brian Flores would 100% be the first name that I call. Now, as far as offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator, obviously Flores will take over the defensive coordinating duties. So he can just bring in whoever he wants to kind of fill in and be the stand-in defensive coordinator. But I want Brian Flores to be the defensive play caller. As far as offensive coordinator, Todd Monken is probably moving on. He'll probably take either a head coaching gig or another OC gig somewhere. But who I want at OC, I want Cliff Kingsbury. That's who I want at OC. I don't want nobody. I want that Flores-Kingsbury combination in Baltimore, or else it's a bust, bro. I don't want no. Don't call. The Titans have called Jason Garrett. Don't even think about doing that, bro.
Yeah, man.
Don't even think about doing that. And that's no disrespect to Jason Garrett, because I think he's a mid-tier head coach, 8-8, 8-9 every year, 9-8 at best. But he ain't taking you to no Super Bowl, bro. Don't even think about calling him. Don't call no Mike McCarthy. Yeah. I don't want you to call none of them dudes, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't call. If you gonna go after a head coach, I want somebody with a little bit of experience, like a Flores, or maybe even my man. It's a couple of dudes, the coordinators at the Rams. It's a lot of coordinators out there that I would be fine with. But my number one option is Brian Flores and Brian Flores alone.
Let me ask you a question. And I don't know if you were done, but I want to ask you a question because somebody brought up a person I want to bring up that AB brought it up. What about Kevin Stefanski? How would you feel about it overall? as a backup plan, how would you feel about that as him being the coach in Baltimore as a backup plan? This dude did win 2 Coach of the Year awards.
Yeah, he did.
So we got to be cognitive of that.
Yeah.
With Baker on top of that. When Baker wasn't what he is like, well, he's been struggling lately, but you know how he's been the last 2 or so years. How would you feel about that as a, well, let me maybe say this. Kevin Stefanski question still, and who would you want your backup option to be if it's no Brian Flores?
So Stefanski, he cool. I think Stefanski's a good coach, and he should be a hot commodity in this.
He should be another one that shouldn't be available for
unemployed
that
for long.
Personally.
Yeah. Especially as a 2-time coach of the year. So I completely understand that. And that's with, like you said, all of these different quarterbacks that he done been through. And so I agree. And he's an offensive guy, right?
Correct.
I think that's his thing. So I don't know if he'll be my number 2 option, but I think he's a good head coach. I'm thinking as a backup for a head coaching gig, I'm thinking, like I said, I like my man. I forget his name. He's the defensive coordinator for the Rams right now. Matter of fact, no, I'm gonna tell you my backup option. Yeah. All right. A lot of people they probably gonna laugh at me when I say this, but I'm serious about dude. I still believe in, bro. I like Robert Saleh, bro.
Yeah, I still like Robert Saleh too, honestly.
I still like Robert Saleh, bro.
He's doing a tremendous job of what he's doing. And I think he was just dealt the Jets ruin everybody. So it don't really
matter. Bro.
Yeah, you can't even judge somebody's time off the Jets because they ruin everybody.
I think he 100% deserves a second. And look at the Jets. Look at the Jets before him and the Jets after him. I mean, he was probably the best that they've had.
Yeah, ain't nothing. Yeah, they still terrible.
They still terrible. And they defense at the very least, their defense was fire when he was there at the very least. So he would probably be my backup. I think, like I said, Cliff is still my number 1 OC guy. If I had to choose a backup OC, if Mike McDaniel is available, he'd probably be either 1 or 2 himself. So that would probably be my guys. I don't know. Like I said, I don't think Mike McDaniel is going to come available.
Yeah.
Unless Harbaugh says like, yeah, I want the Miami job for sure. But I would probably take those guys. Like I said, I'm trying to think if there's some other names out there. I don't want nobody like I'm not going for no Raheem Morris. You know what I'm saying?
No disrespect. I might entertain, but
head
coach.
No disrespect to him. I'm not going for that now. And even though we'll get into that in a minute, I think Atlanta low key just a little bit foul because they finished the season hot, but at the same time, it's about how you start though. It's about the whole. You know what I'm saying?
Because they probably looking at it as you play like this towards the end of the season, you could have got us in the playoff. We get one more win. They beat the Jets. I think they would have been in. They would have been in over Carolina, everybody.
Right. They would have had
that Jets game really what got him canned.
Yeah. Yeah. And that 30-0. That 30-0 to Carolina. Actually, I was telling my mom this last night. I said, I tell you the reason why he got fired is because they probably looking at Carolina. Thinking Carolina, because Canales was hired in the same cycle as Raheem Morris.
Yep.
And he took over a much worse situation than Atlanta. And he already got Carolina in the playoffs, and they swept Atlanta this year. So that's what, in my opinion, that's what got him fired. Because they looking at
that too. Yeah.
Because everybody in the division, all the other teams, the Saints, the Panthers, and the Falcons all thought Tampa Bay was going to win the division again this year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And Carolina came in and swooped up on all of them.
Yeah.
So that's what really got him fired. Now, like I said, I think it's a little foul. I think they GM. I think that was even a little foul because, I mean, in my opinion, they built a good team. They just haven't.
He's had some good picks. I think he's still kind of getting crucified, even though Kyle Pitts has kind of turned it on this year, though. I think he's still kind of getting crucified for that pick. And what he's really getting crucified for is the Kirk Cousins, Michael Penix situation. That's really what he's getting. That's why he's getting canned. It's really got nothing to do with the Pitts thing even more.
Right.
It's more so but you got to look at too, when Pitts got drafted, look who are the people that are right behind him in the draft. Penei Sewell, Michael Parsons, J.C. Horn, Patrick Surtain. I mean, this is elite like players. So I think that's also getting him killed too. But I think the main thing is that quarterback situation is what got Terry Fontenot out of here. Because I think he actually cooked in this draft here. Like
He
Jalen
cooked, bro.
Walker looks amazing.
James
Pierce probably gonna win defensive player rookie of the year. The two safeties they got, the Billy Bowman kid, he was looking really good before he got hurt. Xavier Watts, he's been spectacular. So he cooked this year in the draft, I feel like, but I think it's that quarterback situation in that draft with Penix, that's what's getting cooked.
That ruined him. Yeah. No, I agree, man. I agree. I think, and that's crazy because, like you said, you look at everybody with any kind of common sense will tell you that Atlanta got a really good roster. Everybody will tell you that. But most important position, they just ain't got it settled right now.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why they're not in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's the reason why Raheem Morris and Terry Fontenot got fired.
Yeah, pretty much.
But with that being said, T, let's look at, so there's 7 openings right now.
Yeah.
In the NFL. All right. And I'm gonna bring up all 7. I want you to rank them from attractiveness to from most attractive to least attractive.
Okay.
And then if you got some kind of matches made in heaven for any of the franchises, all right?
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, the most attractive is y'all's job. You got Lamar Jackson, so that's number one. I'm just gonna get that out of the way. Sorry to kill the suspense, but like,
no, good.
It's the Ravens is the top job. Everything else comes second.
So the head coaching opening. So you said the Ravens, and then you got the Giants, the Titans, the Falcons, the Cardinals, the Browns, and the Raiders. So you said the Ravens at
Cardinals
1.
and Titans are at the bottom. I would say Cardinals probably the worst because it looks like they're gonna have to get a new quarterback too. At least they have Cam Ward in Tennessee. So that is something to look forward to, but they don't have nothing else either, though.
They ain't got nothing else.
They ain't got nothing. That's why I would put them at second to last. Who was the other teams?
So you said
3 teams.
So the other 4 teams are you got Giants, Falcons, Browns, and Raiders.
Dang, actually, shoot. Raiders might be lower than the Titans, actually, the more I'm thinking about it. They are going to have the number 1 pick this year, but then again, like, Fernando Mendoza is good, but like, this ain't really no strong quarterback class coming in this year. So you really don't have a choice after Fernando Mendoza, even if you want to go in a different direction. But you do have the number 1 pick. Actually, but the Titans have like the number 2 or 3 pick, right? Actually,
They should have. They have 3 because I think the Giants got the 2nd pick.
Yeah, they do. I'm gonna be honest, man. I think I might put the Raiders under the Titans, in my opinion, because I think Cam Ward showed you enough to be like, okay, we got something at quarterback. Like he showed you enough, especially towards the end of the season. He showed you enough.
5 games.
Yeah, well, he showed you enough.
5 games, he had 9 touchdowns. He had 9 touchdowns, 1 interception.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like end of the season, he kind of showed you enough. Like, okay, he can be. We see the franchise quarterback. It's just nothing else there with them. But the Raiders are pretty like it's Brock Bowers and then everybody else because Max Crosby sounds like he's gone.
He out.
I kind of actually I'm gonna change it a little bit. I'm gonna go. Who did I say was the worst?
So Cardinals at the
Cardinals
bottom,
are still the worst. I think Raiders are next worst. And then I'm going to go Titans. Okay. And then at that point, I'm going to go, I don't know, because I want to say the Browns, but the Browns have a lot of draft capital, and their draft class last year, besides the quarterback fiasco, has turned out really well. Like that tight end is good. The 2 running backs they got are really good, and they got cap space.
And they got Mason Brown.
Though,
and
they
Carson
got Jackson Dart, who seems like he can ball. They got one of the best young wide receivers in the NFL, and Malik Neighbors, which seems like he can ball. So I'm kind of conflicted. I feel like they very even. I might would go because of the draft capital that I know Cleveland's got, and on top of that, their draft class this year was really good. I'm actually going to go Giants, then Cleveland. And then I go Atlanta.
Yeah.
Because the roster is so good.
Yeah.
And then I go Ravens. That's what I would do.
Yeah, I think I agree 100%. I think I agree the Cardinals probably last. They just
Just because the
kinda in
quarterback
limbo.
situation is a mess, it just sounds like Kyler
Yeah.
Murray is 100% gone.
Yeah,
It's just
they
they don't really have anybody else there that's any good. I guess Buda
Yeah.
Baker is still there, but at this point, he's getting older of age.
Trey McBride.
Trey
That's really
McBride
it.
is really good at tight end, yeah. But
That's
besides those two, it's like who
Michael
else
Wilson
is there?
straight. That's
Yeah,
Michael Wilson straight, but
Michael Wilson's all right, but I mean,
that's about it.
that's about it. That team is crap.
Yeah. I would say I would have the Cardinals last because again they don't have much going on. And another thing too, Jonathan Gannon, I like him as a DC somewhere. I like him as a DC somewhere. I do like him. And honestly, in the future, wouldn't hate him somewhere as another head coaching job. I just think the Cardinals was a really bad situation.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't make them worse.
No,
you know, they just didn't go nowhere.
Right.
So Cardinals last for sure. I'm with you. I'm gonna go Raiders next.
Yeah.
I think the thing about the Raiders is that you at least have Tom Brady there, and he wants to win. As
and
part
you
of
got the number one pick as well.
And you got a number one pick. So at least you got that. But outside of, like you said, Ashton Jincy and
Brock Bowers.
I don't even remember. And a Brock Bowers, you ain't got nothing, bro.
Yeah, because Max Crosby's good as gone.
I think he gone. They pretty much said that earlier today.
Yeah,
they couldn't even confirm.
He's out of there.
Yeah, I think he gone. So I like that. And then who you had next? Titans. I think so. The Titans they have some kind of offensive juice there because they got Cam Ward, Tony Pollard still in the contract, I think.
Yep.
What's the other backup running back they got? I can't even Tajay Spears, I think, still in the contract. Wide receiver they just brought in, that boy, I think I don't want to say his last name wrong and call him a slur, but DK or something. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, he probably gonna be, I think he was a Pro Bowler, right? For returns or something, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
I think he decent. What's the dude that Cam brought with him at wide receiver? They just drafted
Xavier Restrepo, right, or something like that.
No, not him. Alec Minor from
Minor from Stanford. Yeah.
So they got him. So the Titans, and they got, I think, Jeffrey Simmons still there, right, on the
defensive
line.
He's still there, but he might get traded though. So who knows?
Yeah. So there's something to work with there in Tennessee. You at least got a quarterback at the end of the day. You at least got somebody that you can work with. I think the Browns got a lot of great pieces, to be honest. General manager seemed like he's pretty good. So you at least got something there. Giants got a quarterback again with Jackson Dart. So I think that's a good situation. And like you said, they got backs with Tyrone Tracy and Cam Scatterboo. And they got
I forgot about Scatterboo. Yeah, that's a good go.
Yeah. And they got Malik Neighbors. And on top of that, if they are able to bring back a Wendell Robinson, they got a core now with something that they can do something with. So, and defense, they defense is straight. They still got Burns. They still got Tibbs. They still got Dexter Lawrence, right? So, I think that's a good,
crazy season too.
Yeah. So you got something. You got that, and then you got Atlanta, of course, and then you got the Ravens. So yeah, I think I agree 100%. But as far as a match made for some of those guys, I think, in my opinion, I actually think John Harbaugh to New York would be crazy.
Yeah, I kind of agree too as well. I hate that we just agreed on everything, but that's when I thought about the Jackson Dart and the Malik Neighbors situation. I was like, hold on, he might actually cook in New York.
In New York, in New York, man, he might be able to make something shake.
Yeah,
he might be able to make something shake in New York. I said for Harbaugh, I said Falcons, Raiders, or Giants. I think would probably be the three teams that he should probably really consider.
I'm not gonna lie, not to cut you off. I'm just thinking about it now on top of my head. Stefanski in Atlanta would piss me off. I'm not gonna lie.
I was just thinking that, bro.
That would be a match made in heaven for them.
That'd be kind of crazy.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of crazy.
Especially if they can get the quarterback situation figured out. Bijan, maybe they keep Kyle Pitts for another year. Drake London's kind of ascending now.
You got to extend Kyle Pitts.
Yeah,
after the season he just had.
He's been good this year. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
You got to.
Yeah. Did he have 1,000 yards receiving this year?
He was close. Yeah, 900.
I know he was close to it in that Buccaneers
Yeah,
game. He had like 800 something then.
yeah,
So
yeah.
he's probably close to it. I'm gonna look it up while you talking about. Yeah, go ahead.
He got 920 something. I think.
Oh,
he
you
was
already
real
got
close.
it. Okay, so yeah,
Yeah.
I knew it was close.
Yeah, he
to
got real close.
1,000 yards. He had a crazy season this year.
I think he had, was it 60, 50 catches, 60 catches, 900 yards, 5 touchdowns.
I'm pulling it up right now. So this year, yep, you're right. He was 22nd in the NFL in yards with 928. So for a tight end, that's pretty impressive, especially when you're on the same field with Drake London. 5 touchdowns. Reception wise, it's giving me receptions per game. I need to know his receptions for the year. Let me see. I'll look it up in a second, but I got this. Here we go. Yeah, so he had 88 receptions this year. Ooh, 928 yards, 5 touchdowns. Dude, that's like wide receiver. Like numbers.
They was feeding him the ball, bro. That's how you supposed to do it, though. That's what he been asking for the whole time in Atlanta, though. He said
it seemed like this year it started to work for him.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at Drake London. Drake London, he actually had 5 more yards than Drake London. Drake London had 919 yards, so a little less than Kyle Pitts. So Kyle Pitts was their leading receiver this year, actually.
Yeah.
He had 7 touchdowns, and then on the complete year, he had 68 receptions. So Kyle Pitts had 20 more receptions than him. So,
I mean, you ain't got no choice. If you in Atlanta, and now if you let Kyle Pitts walk, first of all, Carolina need to be on the phone immediately.
Yeah.
But second of all, Atlanta got some good infrastructure. So I think that Stefanski to Atlanta would be nuts, actually.
Yeah.
Like I said, for me, B-Flow with the Ravens, that's what I want. Titans, it don't even matter, bro. I hope Cam Ward gets somebody good, but good luck, man.
Yeah.
Browns kind of a similar situation, Cardinals kind of a similar situation. Yeah. Good luck to whoever take that job. I don't know what the Browns gonna do.
Yeah, they got some good young talent, and obviously they got the best defensive player in the world on their team,
right?
Too. So they got some things to look forward to. They got some things that you can work with.
But still,
so I think the job is more. I think the Cleveland job might be more attractive than what people are giving off, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I think so. They got 2 really good young running backs. That tight end Fanning is amazing. We don't really know what Shador can do yet, but obviously you can just go draft a quarterback this year if you want to. That defense is still pretty decent.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I think the Browns and they got draft capital. I think the Browns are getting shafted a little bit. I actually think that job is a little bit more attractive than what people maybe be giving it credit for, in my opinion.
Well, and let me ask you this too, because I think we all forgetting, because somebody brought it to my attention, and like we keep forgetting that. I mean, Shador might not even be QB1 next year because they probably going to have Watson back.
Correct.
So they might have, I don't think he's that good these days, but they might have something there that, at the very least, they'll have a quarterback room with Watson, Shador, and Gabriel.
Correct.
So they got something there. It's just who wants the job is really my question. Like, who's going to be, I know everybody wants to be a head coach, so I'm sure people will take that job, but Stefanski had it for a long time, and he did a really good job. I don't see how the Browns, if you go 3-13, 3-14 your first year, I don't see how they don't fire you. Like you kind of have to. I feel like if you take that Browns job, you have to be 7 wins minimal, or minimal. So, but we can move on. Let's look at the if you're ready to move on, we can.
Let's move on. Let's get into the playoff games. You know what I really want to talk about, but let's get to the other playoff games first before we even get to Carolina. We can just quick review 2 minutes on each game, and we'll dig deep into Carolina Rams. So the first game on Saturday, obviously, the Panthers and Rams. We'll talk about that last. The game after that is going to be Green Bay versus the Bears. Just give me a quick 2-minute feel of kind of what you think, what you kind of feeling for that game, who you think may win.
Yeah, that really could be the best game of the weekend because they had 2 slobber knockers this whole season. That last game was an instant ESPN instant classic with them 2. So
was.
I'm gonna take the Bears, bro. I think the Bears are hot. I think the Packers are too up and down. We'll see what Caleb Williams looks like in the playoffs, but Ben Johnson has been here before, so I don't think that they're really gonna. I don't think he's gonna take his foot off the gas. I think the Bears. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna say 28-21, man. I think it's gonna be a good game, a real close one. What you?
I'm gonna be honest. I think people are kind of sleeping on the Bears, bro. And we'll talk about that on another day. But I think the Bears win this game, bro. I think it's gonna be a close one, like you said. This game has been kind of like an instant. The last one they played a couple weeks ago was, like you said, an instant classic. Yeah. But I think we're in for another really good one, man. I think it's gonna be something like 20-23 Bears. I got a bold prediction by the Bears that we'll save for next week, maybe, if they win this game. But I'm kind of believing in the Bears, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It's just I want to see a little bit more consistency out of them, especially offensively. But I like what I'm seeing from them. Let's move into Sunday. Another really good game. Bills go down to Jacksonville at 1:00 and play the hot Trevor Lawrence-led Jaguars. Give me a 2-minute, 3-minute soliloquy real quick. How do you feel about it?
I am picking the Buffalo Bills just because, bro. Just because. I have no reason to do it. I think the Jags are a better team. The Jags are a hotter team. The Jags are a more complete team. But the Buffalo Bills have Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
And Josh Allen in the playoffs is pretty dang good.
Yep.
You know, now Trevor Lawrence in the playoffs is pretty all right too. He had a really good game. Even though he threw 4 picks, he turned around and threw 4 touchdowns after that. So I don't know, man. That's tough. I think that one could really go either way. I'm picking the Bills just because they're the Bills and they've been in this situation before, but I would not be surprised. Like, I think it's actually going to be closer than what a lot of people are expecting. Like, I think a lot of people are picking the Bills kind of the same way as me, but they thinking that the Bills going to run them out the stadium. That ain't happening, bro. I don't think.
Yeah.
I think the Jags, I think it really could be a 27-24 game, Buffalo.
I don't know, man. I really like the way Jacksonville is playing the last few, really like the last month or so. They've been incredible. Trevor Lawrence is finally looking like kind of living up to that, what we kind of thought he was going to be. And he's starting to live up to that now. I mean, I think in the last 6 weeks, it's like 12 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, something crazy. He's been absolutely spectacular is the point.
You know how many touchdowns he got on the season, bro?
How many? I don't know that on top of my head.
38.
He's been incredible this year, bro.
He almost got a 40 ball, man.
He's been incredible this year. Like, I don't think people are talking about how good. Like, I know Trevor Lawrence is not going to win the MVP, but like I 100% think he should be in the top 5 conversations of those.
Yeah.
Like Stafford, Drake. I might put him right there. Yeah, like I'm being honest, and this is no Clemson bias. This is just me being real. But I'm kind of with you. I kind of like the Bills have been here before. They're the most experienced team in the playoff this year from the AFC. I kind of expect them to be there. You feel me? Like I kind of just expect them to be there. I'm gonna let you kind of kick off the next game, which is the 49ers versus the Eagles. Yeah. Walk me through that one. I'm still here, but I'm just gonna step away from the camera real quick. I'm still here. But I'm gonna go ahead and kind of give me a soliloquy on that. What do you feel like that game is going to look like, and maybe a score prediction? Just kind of give me your thought on that.
Yeah. So 49ers and Eagles, man. Listen, y'all. This one I can go back and forth, man. I think the 49ers are more consistent than the Eagles. I mean, the 49ers just played a game for the number 1 seed. They lost, but they just played a game for the number 1 seed. So, I mean, we talking about a team. I know they're the 6th seed somehow. Unfortunately, I know they're the 6th seed right now, but we're talking about a team that just played for the number 1 seed. So don't sleep on the 49ers, man. I think they're really good. I think Brock Purdy had a really good into the season. Now that he's gotten healthy. So I think, but again, the Eagles I think they're a much healthier team overall than the 49ers because I think they're still banged up in a lot of places. I know McCaffrey had himself a really good season, but it's still not. He doesn't look the same as he did before the injury last year. So I think if I had to choose a team right now, I don't know. The Eagles is too inconsistent for me on
I was
offense.
about to say the same thing.
I think I'm
bro.
gonna go. I think I'm gonna go 49ers, man. Even though, like I said, Eagles are still really good. They're just not as good as they should be. I think that's the real issue. So I think I'm gonna go 49ers in a real close one. I think they're gonna win by like 1. Like I'm
kind of
going
with you.
31,
I'm going
31,
Niners
30.
as well. I think this is kind of the game where I'm kind of with you. The Eagles' offense mainly is just too inconsistent. But we know Jalen Hurts gets up for them playoff games. That is the only reason I'm a little bit nervous about that prediction because me and you talked about it on this podcast before. He is one of the best playoff risers we've ever seen. He shows up to the occasion. I will give him that. But they're just too inconsistent offensively. Saquon this year has looked terrible at times. I'm going with the Niners. I think the Niners defense, even with banged up, even with injuries, they kept prevailing. Saleh did exactly why I think Saleh's going to get job offers this season. I'm kind of with you, man. I would say something like, 21-17. Niners. Let's go into the last game of that Sunday, which would be the Chargers versus the 14-3 Patriots. What's your feel on that game?
I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm not believing in the Patriots. I think they're going. Yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm taking the Chargers in this one.
You taking the Chargers?
I'm taking the Chargers in this one.
You're gonna have to talk me through that one a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Because it's tough, bro. Because I think the Patriots, they're gonna run out of gas here soon, bro.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, Cam. I went back and looked at the Patriots schedule. They haven't played anybody any good. That's one of the reasons they're 14-3. That's one. Now, obviously, you got to play the games that's on your schedule. Let me make that clear. But they're 14-3 a lot because they haven't played anybody. Like, I'm going to read off their schedule real quickly here. I'm going to make it quick, I promise. So I'm going to read off their schedule. They ain't played a day. I looked at the other day. I was like, how are they 14-3? This is their schedule, okay? First week, Raiders, terrible. Second week, Dolphins, terrible. Third week, Steelers, they lost to them. Fourth week, Bills, they beat them. That's the first good team they beat.
Yeah.
Then they beat the Saints, Tyler Sloth or whatever his name is. Terrible. Then they beat the Titans. Terrible. Then they beat the Browns. Terrible. Then they beat the Falcons. At this time, the Falcons had just came off the loss from the Jets. Terrible. Then they beat the Buccaneers. Terrible. Then they beat, I forgot they beat the Panthers. Terrible.
They blew us out.
Blew us out.
Yeah.
Beat the Jets. Well, I ain't gonna say the Panthers are terrible, but like we an average team. Like we ain't good.
And a lot of them teams that you just named was mid
or terrible, honestly.
Yeah.
They beat the Jets, terrible. They beat the Bengals, terrible. They beat the Giants, terrible. Like, bro, I'm reading off the whole list. They let the Bills come back and beat them. I remember that game. Then they beat y'all, the Ravens. That was like, I mean, y'all was I'll say mid at least on that.
Yeah.
Jets again, terrible. Dolphins, terrible. Like, this is a terrible.
Well, Lamar was out too.
Lamar was out, so you might well say terrible with the Ravens. They ain't beat nobody all year, so your point is valid on that note. That's my biggest concern. My biggest concern also is the Chargers gonna charge them. That's the only reason I'm like, that's why they're like the Falcons of the West Coast. That's why I'm like, I believe in the Patriots a little bit more than the Chargers. Because they are literally the Falcons of the West Coast. We seen it 2 years ago when they was up 28-0 and blew that lead, or whatever the score was with Trevor Lawrence and blew that lead. They're the Falcons of the West Coast. I like Harbaugh. I think he's a good coach. He's a weirdo, but he's a good coach. I like Justin Herbert. But bro, I'm sorry. They're the Falcons of the West Coast. And until then,
it's tough.
I can't take them. I'm going with the Patriots in this game, bro. I do think the Patriots are pretenders, though. I'm with you. Like, I'm with you overall. I don't think the Patriots are, like, whoever they play next, I definitely, as long as it's not the Broncos, because I kind of think they're pretenders too, but we'll talk about that on another day. If they play like the Bills, I would probably take the Bills to beat them in New England. Like, I don't know who they play next on the bracket or whatever.
So based off of how I'm looking at the bracket, it would be, and this is the crazy part about it, is their path is pretty straightforward. Because in my opinion, the next team they would play, I think, is the Texans.
I might would take the Texans. I'm being dead serious, especially the way they're playing defense right now. And let's just go ahead and get over to that.
Well, what seed is New England? They 2, right?
Yes.
So they would play the way I got it, because I got the Bills beating the Jags, so that would put the Texans and the Patriots on the collision course.
Well, you just answered my next question.
Because I think,
that's why I was trying to get to that. Texans versus Steelers. You already pretty much said you taking the Texans, which 100%. I agree.
100%.
Now, the only thing
I would have said that. I would have said that even if it was
but I'm not
even if it was the Ravens.
The only thing that kind of scares me is that game is in the cold. And I don't know. That's the only thing I'm a little bit concerned about Houston is that game being, and I think Houston's the better team. I'm with you. I'm going to pick Houston as well, but that game does concern me because of weather reasons. I don't like on Monday night. That does kind of worry me.
Well, ask yourself this: who you think can run the ball better? Do you think it's going to be Jaylen Warren and Kenneth Gainwell, or what's my boy name? Damian Pierce, Nick Chubb, and Woody Marks?
It's probably going to be the Texans, probably.
Woody Marks, and probably. Well, I don't know because
it's close. That's what I'm saying.
That's a close one because Warren and Gainwell. I mean, they pretty much, to me, that's the Steelers' offense.
Exactly.
So, outside of a deep ball to DK.
Right. So I don't know. I probably still lean Texans in this game, but that weather. If this game was in Texas, it wouldn't even be a question. I'd 100% be confident. Now, the game we got to talk about probably the most here and spend a little bit of time on. For the first time in a decade.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
I want to touch on something real quick with the Pats. I wanted to touch on something. I got to get them. I do want to get them a little bit of credit because they should have been terrible this year too. We all thought they was going to finish third in the East. You know what I'm saying? So I do want to give them just a little bit of credit for being better than what they're supposed to be. I just think that the Pat Sanity run is going to end quick. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're going to make it to.
No, I don't think so. I think they lose to whoever they play next. I don't believe in the Chargers. That's my only issue. And then 46 MD, shout out to him. He said if Buffalo beats Jacksonville, Denver will play the Bills. And I think I would probably pick the Bills to win that game and be straight up honest with you if that does end up happening. AB says my wild card winners are Rams, Bears, 49ers, Texans, Bills, Patriots. M46 MD also said, I believe the Patriots are pretending. I think we all are on the same page with that. Yeah. And I think this is AB referring back to the Patriots. They had the easiest schedule in the league, definitely. Like I think even the Panthers could have ripped off 10 wins with that schedule. Like, honestly.
Well, it's based off of, where you finish in your division.
Right.
Patriots I think they finished dead last in their division last year. So, I mean, that's part of it. But I'll tell you this, bro. I'll tell you that in my humble opinion, bro, and I want to talk about this before we move on to the Panthers.
Yeah.
Because I actually disagree with you on something.
Okay.
You gonna call me crazy? People been calling me crazy all day.
Okay.
I hate to say it, but I actually do believe in the Denver Broncos, bro.
100%. Really?
Yep, I'm all in. I'm actually all in.
I like that. Now, defensively and getting to the quarterback, they're amazing. No doubt about it. But I don't know. Their inconsistencies with not playing full games, like they don't show up into the fourth quarter. You're not going to be able to do that against playoff teams where the games matter. Yeah. Like, this is do or go home. Like, you're not going to be able to, we're going to wake up in the fourth quarter and finally get it. That's why I'm saying I don't believe in them either. Like if the Bills, let's just say the Bills and Broncos do end up playing next week, I'm picking the Bills. I'm telling y'all that now. Like if that's the case, and I just don't believe in that offense consistently. Yeah. And they can't play a full game. That's my problem.
So I saw a tweet earlier, right? And they said basically Super Bowl winning teams generally have three things. All right.
Yeah.
A great head coach, which I know we don't like, bro, but
Yeah, Sean Payton's a
is.
great coach. I mean, we hate him, but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Elite defense. We know they
Yeah,
got that.
they got that. That I won't argue against.
And the most important, maybe the most important thing, a quarterback that can deliver in the clutch. But look what they've been doing all year. Bo Nick's been delivering in that clutch.
I mean, yeah,
The
that's
two
valid.
the two most clutch quarterbacks in the league this season, Bo Nix and Bryce Young. Now I know that's an insane thing for me to say and be
It's
sitting here
crazy.
talking about a Super Bowl contenders, but Denver got it, man. Denver really, because Denver got the great head coach and the elite defense. Bryce Young and the Panthers don't have that. You know what I'm saying? They got a okay head coach, a solid head coach right now, and they got an okay solid defense, but they do have a quarterback that can deliver in the clutch, but that's about it. The Broncos, on the other hand, they got it all. Now I'm gonna ask you this. Let's look at the other teams in the AFC before we talk about the Panthers. Do the Bills, do they have a great head coach?
I think McDermott's pretty good. I think he's pretty
fine.
good.
He been there enough to where he need to be by now, right? Elite defense, absolutely not, right? They ain't got no. Would you call a defense elite? I don't think so.
Nah, I wouldn't say elite.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Obviously, we know they got the quarterback that can deliver.
Yeah, they got the quarterback now.
Yeah.
I will say that. Yeah.
The Jags, great head coach, possibly, but it's year one. Elite defense,
it's too early.
Maybe it's too. Yes, I'm saying it's too early for all of them, right? Yeah. So that's why I'm saying I'm looking at the whole field and I'm just like, I don't know, bro. Denver looking like that. You know what I'm saying? They looking like
it's a valid point. It's a valid point. I get what you're saying. I don't know. I gotta just see it to believe it. I gotta see them play a full game. Let's move on to the last game. Panthers versus Rams. We already been on NFL for 46 minutes. We ain't even got to know college football yet, so we gotta speed this up a little bit. Panthers, Rams in Charlotte. Like I was saying, first game in Charlotte in the playoffs in a decade. 8 years since they've been in the playoffs, period. So it's been a long time for Panther fans. It's been a long time coming. I hate the way we got in. I would have rather us just won in Tampa. Like, that would have been really nice to just win and whatever. Falcons, shout out to Lemon Pepper Atlanta getting us in. I'm glad that we're in. And it was actually, I seen on the TV, it was a good bit of Panther fans in Atlanta too, down there supporting, which I thought was hilarious. But yeah, I think Panther fans, we deserve this, man. I just want to kind of give an omen to the Panther fans real quickly. We freaking deserve this. I've been seeing people all week, I ain't want to get in. Bruh, we ain't been to the playoffs in 8 years and y'all complaining how we got there? Just get in.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna go ahead and get my prediction now. The Panthers will get blowed out this weekend by the Rams. I don't think the Panthers stand a chance. I'll be honest. As a Panther fan, I'm telling you right now, I think the Panthers get absolutely blowed out this weekend. Probably something on the likes of like 21-10. It's gonna rain, so I think it's gonna be an ugly, muckly type of game. Under 40 points scored, I think total. But I think the Rams are gonna come back for revenge because that game essentially cost them the first seed, essentially. Because they should beat us in their eyes and in the NFL eyes. And on top of that, the Panthers offense has been on a regression decline the last 2 weeks. So I don't think the Panthers win. But it's just, and I tell fans, fans are like, oh, y'all just happy to get blown out? Nigga, yes! Like, I'm just glad we're here. Like, I don't even care that we're going to get blown out. My expectations are more so for next year. Like, this year, I didn't even expect us to get to the playoffs. I think me and you said 7 or 8 wins. I think that's what we got. 7 or 8. We got 8 wins. Yeah. We was right on it. And we didn't know that was going to win the division, but we knew that was about the range we were going to be in, 7 or 8 wins. We got the 8. Panthers are in the playoffs. I think this would be good for the dudes like Derek Brown, J.C. Horn, these guys that haven't really been here for 5, 6, 7 years, ain't played a meaningful snap of football the whole time they've been here, essentially. This means something to those guys. Chuba Hubbard, and I'm happy for the city of Charlotte. Ain't nothing good sports-wise happened in that city in over a decade. So I am glad to see Charlotte being brought back to life sports-wise. And I'm excited for the Panthers, even if they get blown out on Saturday, which I think they will. But I'm just happy to be there, man. I think Panther fans need to just enjoy this, embrace it for the next 4 days, 5 days, whatever, and just enjoy, bro. Like, even the players enjoy this. Like, it's been 7, 8 years, bro. Some of y'all haven't played a lick of playoff ball the whole time you've been in the NFL. J.C. Horn, Chuba Hubbard, Derek Brown. You guys haven't played a lick of playoff football. Enjoy this. Have fun. The pressure's off. You already overexceeded at this point.
Yeah, 100%.
And Dave Canales, let me say that too. Dude, open the playbook up. If Bryce throws 15 picks on Saturday, who cares? We're not going to win anyway. Have fun.
And you're not going to move on from them either.
The message in the locker room this week is the pressure's not on us, guys. We're not even supposed to be here.
Yeah.
Let's have fun.
House money.
Yeah. We're not supposed to be here no way. Let's just have fun. Open the playbook up. Bryce, you want to throw 67 passes today? Let's do it. Like, let's have fun, bro. Like, I just want the bank to be live for a little bit on Saturday, and Bryce and Canales don't go to that conservative crap. Have fun. You're not supposed to be here anyway. Who cares? Run the ball still. I ain't saying not, but like, put the ball down. We don't got to do dink and dunk all game is what I'm trying to say. Have fun, man. But I think the Panthers do lose. I know that's a long way of saying it, but I do think the Panthers get blown out, probably like 21-10.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of them games. It's gonna be one of the playoff games that's like over in the first quarter.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
It's gonna be a celebration in the first quarter. Everybody happy to be here, and then we're gonna get waxed.
It's gonna be honest,
over. Cam, you know what? As a Panther fan, I'm okay with that.
We don't care. I mean, nobody. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna care.
I'm glad that the city of Charlotte will get the party from now till Saturday at 4:30. After that, it's over.
Ain't nobody gonna care, bro. It's everybody's happy. It's gonna ride high into the next season. We all know nobody wins the Super Bowl their first year going to the playoffs.
No.
It don't happen. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just enjoy yourself.
I even think if the Panthers compete, they should be happy. Like,
they should be happy, bro.
Like, okay.
If the Panthers go out there and lose by 3, man, we rolling in the next season.
Hype. We rolling into next season extremely hype.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. I'm with you though.
The Panthers will be in the playoffs over your Bill or your Ravens?
No, I didn't.
That's crazy.
Hey, you know I didn't. Yeah, I didn't either. I would never. If you told me before the season that the Panthers was making the playoffs, but the Ravens were missing the playoffs, I would have thought you was crazy, boy.
Yeah,
I would have thought you had lost your mind.
It's crazy, man. That's wild. Let's move on to some college football. I kind of try to make this a little quicker since we kind of running a little short on time. Obviously, I kind of hate that these playoff games are like on Thursday and Friday, but I get it because of the playoffs in the NFL. We know that's king among kings. But let's talk about the 2 games real quickly. Just give a quick, kind of synopsis of it. Obviously, on Thursday night, we got Miami versus Ole Miss. So a 6-10 game, kind of what I'm calling an underdog game. And then on Friday, I believe, right? Ain't the next game on? No.
Yeah, that's right. Thursday and Friday.
Thursday and Friday. That's what I thought. Okay. So there is a game on Thursday and Friday. So yeah, the other game, is on Friday. And it's the game they played a couple months ago in Eugene, Indiana versus Oregon. So kind of give me a synopsis on what you think on the first game, Ole Miss, Miami, who you got winning, so on and so forth.
Yeah. That game, man, that could go. I think Miami's riding into these playoffs really hot for some reason. I think just the fact that that they got in, like I think they really felt like they deserved to be here, and they trying to prove the world that they deserve to be here. So I am gonna take Miami in this game. I know we took Ole Miss. We said Ole Miss was gonna get boat race last week, and we was both wrong on that. And they proved us wrong. So I hate to pick against them again, but I think Miami's just a better team because I don't know about you, but I think me and you might have even chose Miami over Georgia this week because Miami's pretty good.
Damn,
so it could have been that one. Probably could have went either way. So I think I'm gonna choose Miami this week. I probably won't pick against them again in these entire playoffs, to be completely frank with you, because
so you're saying Miami national champions essentially.
I said they shouldn't have made it at all, and they clearly proven me wrong. So
I'm gonna be honest, Cam. We're caning up. We're caning up. Cam Kane and Tony Kane.
Okay.
I'm with the Hurricanes, man. I'm not gonna lie. We're caning up. Caniac Tony. And Caniac Cam, I'm kind of with you. I
Yeah.
think that the Hurricanes are hot right now. I think eventually this Lane Kiffin hype of old Lane Kiffin left us. I think that's eventually going to die off, and I think it dies off on Thursday. Give me the Canes. I think that defense is too freaking good. I think that defensive line with Bain and what's that Mesamore kid, whatever his name is, they're incredible. They're unstoppable. And I think we get an ACC team to the championship. Give me Miami in this game, something on the likes of like 28-24, bro. I'm with you. We're caning up, bro. I think I'm kind of with you on that. I'm kind of following your path. And then let's talk about the game on Friday. We got Oregon versus Indiana at 7:30. What's your take on that?
So Indiana beat them boys earlier this season.
Yeah.
I picked, by the way, I was 0 for 4 last week on the pod. I picked everybody wrong. Yeah, I picked everybody wrong. This week, man, I have to stick with my gut, bro. I don't know. That's tough. I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna pick Oregon, bro. I think I'm gonna pick Oregon because they just meant. I know Indiana took Alabama to the woodshed.
They did,
but Oregon took Texas Tech to the woodshed.
Cleaners.
Yeah, so I think we both agree Texas Tech was probably a little bit better than Alabama. Now Oregon did lose to Indiana earlier this year, and I didn't realize that was they only lost this whole season.
Yeah, that's their only loss.
So they probably coming in with some fire. You know, Dan Lanning like to have a little chip on his shoulder. So I'm gonna take the Ducks in this one. 21-14. We'll just do it like that.
Dude, this game is so hard to pick, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I'm kind of on the fence right now because I feel like the same thing you said about Oregon, they're gonna want that get back. It's the only game they've lost. I mean, if they get to the championship, they have a real chance at winning against either Miami or Ole Miss. They could be either one of those teams. And Oregon's been here 1,000 times and has never won a national championship. And this is probably your best chance. No Alabama, no Georgia, no Texas, no Clemson. I mean, no Michigan, no Ohio State. But then again, I just feel like Indiana's a team of dynasty, man. They're a team that's destined. Give me Indiana, bro. I know it sounds crazy. Give me Indiana in this game. I'm hoosiering up. I just believe in Mendoza. I believe in Kirk Cignetti, and I think he gets them to the national title, which sets up potentially a Miami versus Indiana title for me at least. And on your end, it would set up a Miami-Oregon, which we should just call the NIL Bowl if that happens. But again, man, this is a tough one, though, man. I'm not going to lie. This one could really go either way. Like, I'm going to be dead up with you because even that game they played in Eugene was extremely close. So, again, this could go either way, but I'm going to go with Indiana in this game. I just feel like they're a team of destiny right now. So that's my personal opinion. Yeah. Let's jump into some other stuff. Let's talk about Clemson hiring Chad Morris. Let's just go ahead and get into it. Chad Morris is rehired at Clemson. So this is a guy that was there during that 2012-13 era of Clemson football before Clemson got to an elite status. He honestly, I'm gonna be real with you, Chad, and I gotta give him a little bit of his credit. He kind of kicked off like the hot Clemson offensive teams in the early 2010s. I gotta give him credit for that. But he's back in Clemson again. He's done work with Clemson as an analyst 2 years ago. I think they say he did some work this year against Florida State as like some type of analyst. He was at Virginia a little bit this year as well. His son obviously played there. The last time he was really coaching in college football was at Auburn in 2020 calling plays. So it's been about 5 to 6 years at this point. Cam, obviously, me and you were not big fans of this hire. We talked about it a little bit last week when it was kind of rumored that was going to be the hire. The hire is official now. How do you feel about Chad Morris returning to Clemson?
I mean, it's tough because like like I think I kind of said it a little bit last week or the week before or whenever Garrett Riley got fired.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of said it then. It really just depends on the quarterback situation. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think any OC can really succeed without a quarterback, in college football these days. And so I don't know, bro. I really don't know. I think, do I like the hire? I didn't hate it at first. But I think the more that we look at the pool of people that are available, like I said, if Todd Monken was really available and he really wanted at least an interview at Clemson, I think they should have waited for sure. I don't know why Dabo did the whole we can't wait to, decide who we want as offensive coordinator. I think that's kind of crazy too, considering Todd Monken had a big game just on Sunday night. You know what I'm saying? So obviously he wouldn't decide yet going into that game. So I think I would have 100% would have rather liked a Monken than Chad Morris. But at the same time, is he gonna be worse? I don't know. He hadn't called plays like you said in about 6 years or something like that. So it's been a
Yeah.
really long time since he's been active. He was kind of sitting on the couch. I probably would have rather had somebody that at least had some play calling experience from the last 5 years. Or even in this most recent era or whatever. But overall, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I gotta see it. I gotta see it, bro. I just gotta see what it's gonna look like. Is it gonna look like 2011 to 2014? I almost kind of want to say I hope not, because college football has changed since then.
Correct.
So it's like if it looks like that, then we might be in some trouble. Now, if Chad Morris been studying up and working on himself and working on his craft, you know what I'm saying, then maybe we might be able to work with something. But if he just going back to the old playbook that he had and just dusting it off and thinking Taj Boyd about to walk through that door, then Clemson in trouble, man. We in some real trouble.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I mean, that's been my biggest issue about the hire is I'm scared that it's just going to be 2012 again, and this is 2026. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can't run the same offense you was even running in 2020 at this point in 2026. It's not going to work. So maybe at these different stops, he's picked up new, offensive schemes and offensive group, philosophies and stuff like that. But that's my biggest problem. But I'm not gonna lie, he's gonna have a plethora of weapons. TJ Moore has said he's coming back. Wesco leaning towards coming back. Gideon Davison is gonna be back. It seems like Clemson is now committed to friend of the show, Christopher Vazina, as the quarterback long term. Again, he's gonna have some talent to work with at Clemson. We'll see how it goes. But I think where it hurts more, and me and you talked about this off camera a little bit, Todd Monken, this was off of Josina Anderson. She reported this today. Todd Monken had interest in going to Clemson. And now, but Clemson was kind of like, we gotta move on because, the portal and we got to get guys to stay and all that stuff, which I understand. But, man, Todd Monken with Clemson could have been special. It could have been nice, man. I'm not going to lie. So that makes it a little more even like I kind of wish y'all would have lost last week, the Ravens, or like I wish y'all would have
Yeah.
playoff like a week earlier because I think Todd Monken would probably be our OC if that would have happened. So, dang, Cam, your team done duped us twice. You done got duped Bob on the field and they duped your other team by not losing earlier.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of how I feel about that. But Clemson's, I will give Dabo this because people think I hate Dabo. Clemson's in that portal, man. Clemson's in that portal. They've had 2 portal pickups just today, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah, they got ODU.
Portal pickup today.
They got my boy from ODU. I think he's a DB, right?
Yep.
And they got
from Old Dominion, Jerome Carter III. He 6'2", 195 safety, had 6 interceptions, which is second in the whole college football last year, and 76 tackles with 2 years of eligibility left. And then also as well, they landed another guy earlier too. Who did they land earlier? Oh, the linebacker from Cal who won he was like ACC defensive freshman of the year. and Luke Farrell from California. He's from San Diego, but he played at Cal, and he committed to Clemson with 91 tackles, 1 sack, 5 tackles for loss, and 1 interception. So really good player. So Dabo is getting in the portal. We say what we want to say about him, and they're trending well for a former 4-star recruit too that's coming from Auburn. They're trending in the right direction for him as well. Let me see if I can pull his name up. Donovan Starr, who played cornerback, and he actually was coming down between Clemson and Auburn. He picked Auburn, and it seems like he might be committing to Clemson in the next 24 to 48 hours. So Clemson's doing work in the portal. I'll give them that. I would like to see a little bit more on offense, but defensively, and you talked about this last week, you said, Tony, we need something on defense bad. And lo and behold, he's cooking. I will say that.
But, it's funny because me and you both said the number that we said was 10. We said we need 10 guys on defense in the portal. And did you see they trying to get there, but did you see there was a report?
I'm not lying. They ain't taking no break. They trying in the portal. I will give them that. Especially on the defense side, they getting after it. And these are starters. These ain't bench players.
They starters, right?
That was the thing I was concerned about with Clemson. I was like, bro, don't just go get some bench dude. I forgot to do that. The Elliott Washington dude from Penn State. He's a good get. Good depth. Yeah, he's a good depth player, safety for us. Dude that's gonna play a pretty prominent role with Clemson as a safety. So Clemson got some guys in the portal that's actually gonna contribute to the team, which was one thing I was excited about.
And the fact that we did get a freshman guy. Because I don't know if he was a true freshman or a redshirt freshman, but either way, he's still gonna have 3 years of eligibility after. Oh. So I think that's huge for Clemson too. I think overall, Tom Allen himself even kind of said, "I need 10 guys," because there was a report that had kind of came out that said that Tom Allen wanted basically full control over the defensive portal stuff, and that he had a number in mind that he wanted to go get. And Elliott Washington, that kid, he wanted Tom Allen's old guys.
Yeah, he is at Penn State.
From Penn State. Yeah. So shout out to him, man, for doing that. And I hope I told y'all though that Dabo wasn't going for no portal quarterback. And as you can see, he clearly ain't doing that. But hopefully Dabo do a little something on offense. Just go get 2 guys or something.
Yeah, go get something. I think you could add an O lineman in the portal. I think you can go also add maybe another running back potentially, in my personal opinion, in the portal. And it wouldn't even hurt to get another pass catcher, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Not a starter, but like somebody that's gonna be, 3rd or 4th man off, after Moore and Westco. We still don't really know what's gonna happen with Tristan Smith. They're hyping up this 4-star kid, Naheem Burrows. He's supposed to be the goods, but I don't want to put that much faith in a freshman. So I wouldn't mind another pass catcher too, but I don't think Clemson's going to do that.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't mind it. Me personally, I wouldn't.
I think at the end of the day, I think Dabo Swinney himself, he would never get a portal quarterback. I don't think that's something he's ever going to do. As a starter, I mean.
Yeah.
We know he got Hunter Johnson and Paul Tyson already, but I'm talking a legitimate starting quarterback. I don't think Dabo ever going to do that, bro. I think he'll get you a starting wideout one day. I think he'll lean into a starting running back maybe one day, but he's not doing no portal.
Because as you can see, all the portal moves today or this week have been defense, like straight defense. And I think that's because TA pretty much put his foot down and told Dabo, look, I need full reins over my defense.
You hired me to do a job, so I'm going to do a job.
There you go.
That's pretty much what Tom Allen's saying. Versus on offense, Dabo and Chad Moore is buddy, and Dabo is a former offensive guy, so he pretty much feel like he got full control over the offense, even though he ain't never called a play in his life, unless he was shadow calling for Garrett Riley or somebody like that. But at the end of the day,
hear those rumors.
That's what I'm saying. We did
hear those rumors, so we don't know if that was going on.
And what's up with him, Garrett Riley? Did he ever land somewhere?
I ain't heard nothing about Garrett Riley since the minute he got fired. I ain't heard a soul about him linked to a job. None of that. But he'll end up there with his brother. Worst case scenario.
Yeah,
I mean, I I'm looking for it now. I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing attached to his name, like
That's
at
tough.
all. Like he'll probably end
So
up as an analyst on his brother's team out
yeah,
there in LA. That's probably what's gonna end up happening because ain't no jobs hitting him up at all. So
that's
that's
tough, boy.
that. Yeah. Well, again, man, another good show, man. We're gonna get out of here actually before an hour and 15 minutes. I knew this one was gonna be a lengthy one, but again, another good show. Happy New Year's to y'all. I normally don't say
I'm about to
Happy New
say
Year's after the 5th. But this is my first time speaking to y'all on this platform, so obviously Happy New Year's. We ready for another blessed 2026, man. Cam, did you have anything else?
Nah, man. Like he said, I think this is the first part of the new year. So happy new year to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Big year coming, man. We excited.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, again, man.
Actually, it was one more thing I wanted to ask you about. You seen the Hawks finally did say they trading Trae Young.
Yes. Let's spend like 2 minutes on that. Yes, the Hawks. I don't know if you noticed it. 5 days ago, the Hawks tweeted out a video of just Jalen Johnson. I knew then. I said,
yeah, you did.
I said, this is it. They finally realized he is who we're going to be building around. And again, I think people think I'm this like Trae Young hater. I love Trae Young. It's just when it's time to go, it's time to go. And I think Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks are just on two different frequencies right now. And it's just time to go. You know what I'm saying? It didn't fully work out the way we would have wanted it to. And I think now the Hawks, the Falcons. I think the Hawks have realized it's time to build around Jalen Johnson. So I think that trade is coming between now and like Valentine's Day, which I think that's around the deadline anyway. But
yeah,
I think the trade is coming pretty soon. I would say within the next 2 or 3 weeks, I think Trae Young is a Washington Wizard or Miami Heat have been tied to him a lot. I think the Wizards probably make the most sense because they have the assets and they don't have a star really at all on that team. So I think the Wizards make a lot. Somebody put the Lakers up there. I'm like, what the heck can the Lakers trade?
Absolutely not.
Nothing.
Absolutely not.
Somebody said the Boston Celtics. What can they trade?
So in my humble opinion, I think
they better be coming off some picks.
The teams that we seen was Lakers, Wizards, Celtics, and the Heat. And in my opinion, because my question about trading Trae Young, not to cut you off, but my question about trading Trae Young is what team is willing to trade for him and insert him into their lineup? Who can afford? Basically, what I'm asking is who can afford to add an offensive juggernaut that requires the ball in his hands, but on the flip side is a complete defensive liability. What team can afford that?
Washington's the only team because they already suck. So
and they are exactly.
Yeah. So that's why I say to me, Washington.
That was my exact point because Washington don't care about.
I think defense. That, and not to cut you off, I think that he's gonna go down the same arc as like Zach LaVine. Like go to these sorry teams and be the best player on a sorry team. Like I hate to say it. Yeah. Like I think that's kind of the same career path Trae is heading down, to be honest.
Makes sense. Because he also a turnstile defensively right now. So
correct.
So
really.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense actually.
So that's why I say Washington. He's not gonna go to Celtics and be terrible with them. They're not gonna allow that. Miami, we know they don't play about their defense.
Yeah,
down there.
But see, and so my thing is actually though, because I thought the same thing. I was like, the Celtics can't do that. We know for a fact the Lakers can't do that because they can't afford no more bad defense.
And they can't afford another person that wants the ball in their hand 24/7.
Another star, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
But so my thought process though, because I was thinking about it, the Celtics do kind of intrigue me a little bit. And
what they gonna give?
The reason is,
what they gonna give?
That's my issue because I think the fit will be all right. Yeah, I think the fit will be all right. It's just what you gonna give up because unfortunately you probably have to give up like an Anthony Simons and you just got him. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure they don't want to do that.
Give up a first round pick as well.
Some picks. You know what I'm saying? You
probably Michael Bridges went for 5 first rounds. I mean, Trae went for at least 2.
Yeah, and Desmond Bane went for 5. So,
and Trae is probably on their level, maybe right up under them. he going for at least 3 or 4 first rounds.
I mean, he probably a higher quality player, but he can't defend like they can.
Correct.
So there's no, and then
that's
the
why
Heat.
I think the Wizards got to be the move. They got to
be the move. I think the Heat. The only way the Heat would work if it's Hero for Trae Young straight up.
Yeah,
that's it. That's the only way
that would work is giving us Hero. Yeah,
that's the only way, and straight up, like no picks or nothing involved, just straight 1 for 1. I don't think they can do that. So,
no. Well, that's gonna conclude the show, man. We appreciate y'all love and support. We'll dive more into this Trae Young thing after football season die down or whenever he get traded, but it's a good topic. Again, we appreciate y'all love and support, man. We'll holler at y'all on the next one. Y'all have a good rest of y'all week. Y'all take it easy, and thank y'all for the love and support.